Hello. Today's endurance is going to be on bridge. It's called bridge because it's sitting over this lava pit. This is the one, this is the Midwest, and we're just going to jump right into this tutorial. No need to waste any time at all. We're going to start the pathing from here, and then it's just going to be pretty straightforward there. Then we're going to zigzag them through a little death tunnel here, and that's the only pathing that we're going to use for this death tunnel. It's pretty much a heavy damage build that uses very minimal structures. Some of the block off that I've already pre-built you'll need to build is down here on the bottom parts. Just place a couple walls. If you have a lot of extra structure, you can go ahead and block it off proper with angled walls. But for my purposes, I'm just using plain walls, and it works most every time. Because this one, more likely than not, is going to be level wave 20 is when you really get hit with this. So the enemies are going to be at a higher level, and we're just going to leave them like a straight path. And this is just the block off you'll need for that north side. And then we're going to go ahead and cap off these two hill panels here. We don't want them running through there at all. So we're just going to go ahead and add a wall, just like this, like so, and a couple other walls here. This at the end of this tunnel is pretty much like a smasher, Ficator 5000. You know what I'm saying. Moving on. Now that I lost some people. Just put the roof on it like this, and then on this edge of the tunnel we're just going to add a couple walls. This detours from the slingers from wanting to throw from that hill, and a couple of the other walls that I've already pre-built is over here. You're just going to zigzag your wall with cones behind it. You'll go ahead and place cones behind each one of those, and that'll deter them from wanting to run into any other build if you have a other build. And then we're just going to cap the roof off with just a full metal roof. I mean, it's going to use a lot of metal, but you have lots of metal. It's a little yeah. And that right there, one more wall, a couple more walls you're going to have to add to make sure that they zigzag properly, and we get the correct wall darts off. There's a wall there, and a wall here, and there. And believe it or not, that's all the pathing you'll need. And we're just going to jump right into the trapping. We're going to use 4 gas traps through the zigzag pathing part of that tunnel. And the flooring, I'm thinking that one piece right there needs to be removed, but you know, 50-50. So some of the other traps we're going to have is wall darts. You can use your 130s, whichever wall darts you prefer. I use the one with a higher reload, I guess. But the main thing you might need on this one is healing on the walls if you encounter propane. But for the last couple tests I've done, I didn't encounter propane on this one, so I didn't see it a big problem. Plus it's wave 20. But yeah, this is where we're placing the wall darts. There, and they're kind of crisscross the standard wall dart kind of trap. And some of the sound walls that we're going to place just to keep the enemies from smashing everything every now and then, and or propane prevention for later waves, assuming your endurance doesn't crash on you. If you've been running endurance lately, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Or it might just be my crap internet I've been having lately. That's always fun. So yeah, wave 20 is fun. Yeah, and this is the main thing that gets hit. And it's going to be sound wall, I believe, here. Yeah, like that. And if it's wrong, at the very end of the video, there'll be a thing being like, "Oh, blame HC for life," and I'm just kidding. But before I forget to thank my friend for letting me show off his build. This is HC for life. This build, and if you would like to see more of him in the videos, thank him in the comment section down below for his help in this tutorial. Alright, moving on. Floor pieces is just going to be a standard floor spikes, or wooden floor spikes, just to slow them down. That way they get like the maximum thing. And a couple deterrents for like the assassin husks and stuff. We don't want too many of those pesky little assassin husks to run through our tunnels, so we're just gonna add a little zappy zaps. And if you really want to get crazy, you could probably add more zappy zappies. But I have, if you've been following along, I have a structure issue, and I'm building these 1 amp at a time, which you should be too. If you have a previous build, just build them 1 at a time if possible. You don't want to be stuck with the amp completely messed up forever. If you know what I'm saying. Alright, moving on. A couple more damage you can add. There's just an assassin husks, depending on your away from keyboard part. They'll track straight for the player, so just put a zappy there. And then, so they're going to just walk through here, here, and here. And then that's a damaged portion for the bottom. And I believe we're going to add, I can't remember what was on this wall. I think it was a sound wall. Or, yeah, sound wall on this opposite side here. And then when they come up here, this is when we need to do the heavy damage for the husky husks and smashers and mist monsters. So we're just going to put freeze traps, which adds extra damage when enemies are frozen. And then we're going to push a couple of them off. We're going to push the enemies off, if possible, off this edge here with a whatever, impact one or two on your wall launcher there to push them into the lava. And now here I'm going to be using a wall light, and that's just in case the stupid smashers do not follow the directions of the wall things, and it just seems like the wall light, it knocks them off better. Alright, moving on. At the end of this tunnel is we're going to have some a little nuking down damage. Just add your high level wall dynamos to each side of that wall, and then look, your 144 wall darts. Did I place 130s earlier? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to replace. I did. Okay, I'm moving on. I'll have to. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna add the ceiling electrics here. The heavy damage ones. Mine do roughly about 700k to 800k damage. And then we're gonna add a couple things to make sure that the enemies get close to the lava edge, like that. And there. You need to leave your amp pretty much open on this part, If not, the enemies they don't want to run through your tunnel here on the edge, but you should be able to knock them off the edge over here, and they will fall on the south. And I'm not sure which side to put that on. I don't even know if you need it. We're just going to remove it. And don't forget to upgrade everything. And also a couple notes. This edge, most of this stuff kind of needs healing on it. So if possible, if your walls don't have healing, add healing to it. And some assassin husks like to run under here and smash it, so you can add a ceiling electric to deter that. And it also hits for a little damage over there. And see the top is and this is this deters any slingers, and this top part you need to add just a couple. This level, okay, wave 20 is the comet wave. The comet seems to like hit over here, so you might want to add one or two anti-air, which knocks the little comets from breaking open the top. And you also need to add one near this edge over here somewhere, which if you have extra structures, you can add extra more. But yeah, and that is the topping that you kind of need. Cause I mean, it's not like 100%. My buddy doesn't have anti-airs on the top, and it's fine. But you know, I like the anti-airs, and I don't like seeing holes in the top of my build after testing. But anyway, moving on. That's a couple final notes. I'm just going to walk through here. And, believe it or not, that's pretty much it for all of the trapping and builds. It's just a little straightforward high damage, zigzaggy tunnel. And if you like this comment, go ahead and consider hitting that like button, and that'll let me know that this is helpful to y'all. And subscribe and whatnot. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And I hope to see y'all again some other time. And thank HC for life in the comment section down below. See ya.